I want to leave that bullshit outside because niggas get shot out there. They really, you know what I'm saying, that we try to keep that under wraps in here. Okay, don't bring that shit in here. Anywho. So. And this is Lala Madness, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Fierce Review. And in this episode, I'll actually be talking about Lil Durk's brother, OTG. Let me not get that wrong. OTG DThang, aka Dante Banks Jr., who was shot outside of ClubO in Harvey, Illinois. So we'll be talking about that. However, you guys know where to follow me at. All social media platforms, including podcasts and YouTube. Check my Anchor link for all links to all the podcasting platforms, Lala Madness. Also, IG, you can follow me, Lala Madness _official. Anybody that want to work, do other things, you know where to hit me at as well. Hit me in a DM or send me an email. However, let's jump right into this video. So, as we know, recently, within the last couple days, you know, Lil Durk's brother, unfortunately, was killed. However, it was at ClubO there in Harvey, Illinois, but there's a little bit more details as opposed to just it being a shooting, which right now that's kind of what it is, but we know it's a little bit more underlying shit that goes with this. So, on that note, let's talk about it. So, as we know, things kind of, you know, people that die end up being around Lil Durk for somehow, or he ended up being around them at some point in time. So he got a little timeline going on with that, not including the little beef that's going on between him and whoever else, which is multiple people. And so at this point, I'll tell you a little bit about the background of the people that, you know, have had some unfortunate situations in that aspect. So, MacArthur Swindle, OTG Nunu, who was supposedly his cousin or closely related to him, was actually killed in 2014. Okay. And then you have multi-platinum producer Turn Me Up Josh, whose death was announced May 31st, so very recent. And there's no cause of death as of yet. You know, autopsies occasionally take a long time to come back. That's why I'll be trying to figure out how, on some cases, they get an immediate autopsy when we know that shit take a minute. Sometimes several weeks. So, being that this is June, the beginning of June, yes, the first week of June, but still there's no autopsy as of yet from the May 31st incident, which Lil Durk as well posted about on social media. So, but Turn Me Up Josh, he also engineered the Migos 2013 track Versace, which everybody know, you know, Versace, yeah, that one. And Metro Boomin's hit as well, Not All Heroes Wear Caps. So, you know, he got a little credits under his belt, or well, had. And he received a Grammy nomination in 2020 for his work on Drake and Durk's song, Laugh Now, Cry Later, which that was a hit. That was hot. We all know that. So he had some shit going on. He had some, you know what I'm saying? He was moving around doing his damn thing. Unfortunately, we have to wait for the autopsy to find out exactly what happened. And, you know, rest in peace to him. Condolences to his family as well. It's sad. Nobody wants to deal with that, but there you have one of those unfortunate events that we are not saying that Durk was directly involved in the passing of Turn Me Up Josh, but I said he knew him. Okay, so there we go, or worked with him. And then also King Von, who he was killed in November of 2020, which is a totally separate situation, but King Von's uncle, Range Rover Hang, okay. He actually spoke out and on his IG, and he actually said that him and Durk's father, okay, Range Rover Hang and Durk's father are both GDs, and that they are basically 1 or 2 blocks from each other where they grew up or where they handle business, or you know how that shit go, right? And then he said that Durk has millions as far as money. So he got millions of dollars. He got songs with Drake, Lil Baby, etc. And he shouldn't be putting people's names in songs inciting street violence. And he said enjoy his fame instead of basically, you know, coming out to play in a playground with the kids. That's what I call it. Like, once you get to a certain status, I'm not coming back down to play with y'all kids in the playground because I'm up here. It's little people that do that shit, argue with y'all and do all that. Now, I can be petty and I might snap back and say a thing or two. But I'm not about to be stupid and get on a song and incite beef, which we know how this street shit goes. Street shit and this shit ain't the same shit. Okay? So, you leave industry shit there where it's at. If you coming in here, then bring it on in. But then if you coming in with that bullshit, you might want to leave that bullshit outside because niggas get shot out there. They really, you know what I'm saying, that we try to keep that under wraps in here. Okay, don't bring that shit in here. Anywho. So, basically to say, Range Rover Hank was basically saying, enjoy your money, enjoy your fame, enjoy the hits that you're doing. Don't come bring the little petty shit as far as y'all street shit into here when you need to. They're two separate things. And some artists, unfortunately, don't realize that. Okay. When y'all label sign these artists, y'all need to take them through a fucking etiquette class and also take them through some form of education that they know how, you know. But then it depends on, I guess, the artist, whatever they're supposed to be playing, because we know their characters at times. So whatever characters that they're playing, that would depend on, you know, if they are going to be sometimes that bad boy or get into trouble all the time or do some shit. But then when folks end up in jail, then the label want to drop your ass because you can't go do no damn tours. So at the end of the day, somebody got to figure out where's the happy medium. Okay, and I'm going to leave that up for y'all to figure out how to do that because, yeah, you let them know there is a way, but obviously, you know, it's not being done. Some artists have it under wraps where they do it well and they manage their private lives outside what they do versus in the industry. And some people blend that shit all together and it shouldn't be blended at all. Now, anywho, back to what we were saying. Now, FBG Duck was also killed allegedly due to beef with Durk, who was brought up several times by Lil Durk and his crew after he was killed. Okay. And FBG Duck's mother actually posted that Lil Durk is keeping her son's name alive after his passing, due to the fact that she actually did a video as well. After that was a post, but she did a video, and I felt sorry for her because I did watch the video. She was crying. Nobody wants to lose a son, especially to some damn street violence. And so his mother actually said that anyone's repping BCE or BCR need to get off the internet starting more beef because it's not doing anything but getting people killed. And she also said, quote, y'all getting on the internet talking about a motherfucker y'all smoke. Y'all ain't smoke shit but that huff-ass weed that y'all got from the huff-ass weed man. And that was her words, not mine. I'm just telling you what she said because she did say that about the huff-ass weed man and the huff-ass weed that they smoking, and basically that's all the fuck they smoking. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to report the news. That's what she said. I'm just saying. Anywho. So she also said, find another label because I'm taking a label because I tried to talk to y'all. Y'all broke trying to get to the bag and y'all can't get to the bag doing broke nigga shit. If she didn't tell the goddamn truth then, why do y'all think that y'all can get to the bag getting money and then y'all still got a broke person's mentality, which you got to come up out of that in order to excel, because you can't, once you get to a certain level, you can't go doing broke people shit. But then what she also said was that they broke and they trying to get to a bag, so that means they are going to still be doing broke people shit, which is this shit that they doing now. Like, I mean, so it's a kind of, you know, you got to pick and choose which end we going to be on here. And if they ain't made it and got the bag that your son or Lil Durk got, then obviously they didn't make it. And so they still going to be doing broke people shit probably for a minute now. They still going to be in there. Okay, anywho. Now, the internet, she also said that the internet got people fucked up to where they talking all this shit, then get in the streets and, you know, they quiet. And then also Tekashi 6ix9ine started trolling as well after all of this went down. And then he said, tell the truth about your gang, man, they're really dying, with laughing emojis. Stop the senseless violence. So in that aspect, you know what I'm saying, they all have a point of being right. I mean, at the end of the day, getting on a song and then shouting out certain names, that does incite violence, because you know how this gang shit go. It's going to go back and forth. One person get killed over here, one or two going to get killed over there. It's going to be non-stop. Then other gangs going to get involved. Then it's going to be a whole nother situation. So, I mean, industry, and like I said, the street shit don't mix. I've lost plenty of, you know, friends and all that I grew up with. I'm originally from Oakland, so things are a little different out there. I'm from Oakland, Cali, Bay Area, all that, West Coast, West Oakland, all that good stuff. However, and all my friends are there still. You know, that hasn't changed. However, half my friends, their kids are dead due to gun violence, gang violence, and every other type of violence that you can think of. You know, I personally have my son's father is dead now due to gang violence. So at the end of the day, this is, I mean, where I'm from, unfortunately, it's the norm. It shouldn't be the norm, you know what I'm saying? However, you know, I moved my kids out of there to come do something different. But at the end of the day, that was the norm. I mean, I have friends that's still in prison right now, you know, doing better than some niggas on the street. But they in there, and they in there with years out of their lives for street stuff. So, I mean, at the end of the day, those still my homies. I grew up with them. I know them. You know, and I know people who have lost their lives, and they're raising kids by themselves. Mothers have lost their children as well, that 16, 17 years old. I mean, they didn't even get to graduate yet. So these are the things that come along with back and forth gang and gun violence, which we're all aware of that. So if keeping your mouth closed, and if so, then call and beef with that nigga on the phone. You don't need to beef with that nigga publicly on the song that you're going to generate monetary funds from. That don't make sense. You know, do that in the sense where you're going to be able to get money off of it, but you could have a different type of content. Call them niggas up personally. You don't need to put it in a song if it's going to incite their people and your people to do more than what's already been done. I'm just saying. You know, prayers to the families, all of them, because apparently there's been several that have been lost. Not all of them due to necessarily Lil Durk himself. But, I mean, right now it's up for discussion as far as whether he was the one that may have inadvertently got his brother killed by whatever beef that they had going on, or if his brother had a personal beef with, I think, somebody else that they was going back and forth with. At the end of the day, we know people hit people. That's just how they go. Groups hit groups. I mean, and we don't know where people fell at in the line of that. But keep your mouth closed, and therefore we don't have to worry about no indiscretions and possibilities and none of that coming up in the future. Okay, so once again, my condolences to everybody dealing with this and that's caught up in all of this foolishness. But, yeah, that is the story there on Lil Durk's brother, OTG D THANG, who was killed outside of ClubO in Harvey, Illinois. And drop your comments, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think about it. I know it's still a developing story, so 9 times out of 10 I'll have some updates for you guys. But keep me posted. I'll keep you posted. This is Lala Madness, and thanks for tuning in to the Fierce Review. Right out the pot, big up the knots. More 4, 5s and 9 than the deck of cards, and they hot. Woke up a car, whip out the lot.